Cheers, Vinyl community. What's going on? It's LJ, and tonight I want to shoot a video to say congratulations to Robert Z. Robert's 100 subscriber contest. Ring the bells, let the confetti rain down. Robert has gone beyond 100 subscribers. That's just awesome. I love that. Absolutely love it. I remember when Robert first joined the VC, jumped in and made a video showcasing, I think it was the first video I might have watched was your MoFi CD collection, and then you went on to show things like your Pink Floyd box and your Japanese presses and your Mobile Fidelity pressings, and they were just, what a pleasure to watch. And I'll never forget the night that I made a vinyl update video and I showed my Mobile Fidelity copy of Dark Side of the Moon, which I had just picked up, and I was kind of questioning its integrity. You know, are they really worth the hype and so forth? And I'll never forget, Robert chimed in the comments, and his comment was a hoot. It was, you know, something to the effect of, "Are you crazy? Yes, they're worth the hype. If you don't think so, send it to me. I'll put it in a trust fund, and you can have it back when you get your head screwed on, right?" What a riot. Over the course of the next handful of videos, you know, Robert and I got to know each other a little bit better, and we since refer to that as, I'll use Robert's words, our early spirited discussions. And that's just great. It's like, you can't hit it with everybody right away. It's just not possible. And Robert and I were, you know, we came at it from different angles and kind of, you know, but then very quickly got back here, and that's, you know, that's memorable for me. And Robert has since struck me as a guy that just has a lot of associations with things and a lot of close bonds and relationships with things and with people, and I have a real admiration for that. So this video is a response to Robert Z's 100 subscribers thread, Scrooge. What three ghosts, or ghosts of musicians, past musicians, would you want to hang out with? Very cool idea. First of all, in the background is a little bit of Chicken Foot. Very, very cool stuff. If you have not heard this yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out. Fantastic stuff. Just to circle back, Robert, you're right, it was worth it. Now, carrying on. You know, it wasn't long after that Robert said, you know, "Hey, can I have your address? I want to send you something." And yeah, sure. Actually, I don't think I got back to him for a week or so. The PM kind of got swamped under, and he asked me again, and I sent it. And what Robert sent me was a Guitar Legends magazine with Pink Floyd, and yeah, I don't want to show Robert's old address on this. A Goldmine magazine with Kiss. Now, while I understand those might just seem like a couple pieces of music memorabilia, what you gotta realize, and what I began to realize real quick, is that Robert had moved with these, and he had held on to these, the Goldmine, for near 20 years, and Guitar Legends, you know, probably around 1997, 15 years. And what we've since seen from Robert is, you know, a video of his room and things that he has, and it became very clear to me very, very quickly that Robert is quality over quantity. Robert is all about relationships and the bonds that you can build with things and with people, and the tight-knit relationships you can have with them. And again, it took me a minute to step back and see that and not appreciate it. I appreciate it, but accept that and go just a level below the surface, I think, where for me, Robert flies. And man, that's just awesome. Robert, keep doing what you're doing. I love the videos, you know, with the quick magic tricks and the stories. The one with the 3 vinyls and the guy that was you $100, and that was your card trick. That's just awesome, man. I was rolling laughing when you were telling that story. What great stuff. So let's get into the thread. 3 musicians. Robert, again, congratulations. The 3 musicians I chose, real quick, first would have to be Keith Moon, hands down. Keith passed away when he was 32 on September 7th, 1978, from a drug overdose. Keith Moon, the drummer for The Who, my favorite Who album, hands down, Who's Next. But the one that I would most choose Keith for is for Who Are You? And the reason for this is the video for Whose Are You just has Keith and the band in their later period and right before Keith's passing, just having a great time. And Keith was an animal on the drum kit. An animal. I mean, so like, it was, I could have chose John Bonham for the same reason, but Keith Moon, just an animal on the drum kit, pounding away, a clown, a good time to be around, at least would have been my perception. And Keith is a guy that I would definitely, want to hang out with, to know better, to have fun with, not to get into any drugs or alcohol or anything like that. But Keith, just a great personality, very lively. And you can see here, Keith sitting in the chair on the cover, and the back of the chair says, not to be taken away. And it's very, very ominous, because it was only shortly after. This was released in 78, so the same year Keith passed away. So very, very ominous. But I would definitely ask Keith to sign my copy of Who Are You, because that's just my favorite Keith moment. When I see Keith, and the Who are fantastic. Here's another great Who double disc DVD set. Newbury Comics had these on sale for, I think it was like $5 or $6. A couple of great movies. This is the story of the Who, The Amazing Journey, and Amazing Journey 6 quick ones. Fantastic stuff. Second would have to be Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison passed on July 3rd, 1971 at 27 years old from a heart attack. I've talked before about how, I had the rite of passage, my Jim Morrison phase in high school, and I would ask Jim to sign this. This is a book that I've carried, speaking of relationships, since 1990. 9th grade, freshman year in high school, so I was 14 years old. And I can just remember sitting reading this book in my room, right in bed. No cell phones at that time, so it was just me and my stereo. I would listen to, what was new at the time? Metallica's And Justice for All, Megadeth's Rust in Peace, reading The Doors, and it's just like, it's weird. You're a teenager, so you're all screwed up anyways. But I would be like, yeah. I got myself in this pseudo state of mind that for me was Jim Morrison. And I mean, I've almost grown out of it. Almost. But this is what I would have Jim sign for me. This is very meaningful to me, and I have a huge love for the Doors music. Just fantastic stuff. Third and last that goes to that I would want to hang out with or have a party with would be Jeff Buckley. What an amazing guitarist. Passed May 29th, 1997. 30 years old, drowned in the Wolf River, I believe it is, and right outside of, or right near Memphis, Tennessee. Jeff Buckley released one proper album, I believe, and it was Grace. I don't have Grace on vinyl. I do have it on CD. I was just talking with Dan Vinyl Fury, asking for his help about which vinyl pressing to get. So that's next on the list. And I was introduced to Jeff Buckley through Vanilla Sky, a fantastic movie from 2001, directed by Cameron Crowe, and it has what in my mind is probably one of the best soundtracks ever. Just perfectly blended, perfectly mixed. And from the very first note of Last Goodbye, when that song hit, I was instantly in love. I saw this at the movie theater at the Providence Place Mall. And the mall, it must have been right around Christmas, because the mall was open late. This was just over 10 years ago, 2001. And I went downstairs to Borders immediately after, and I bought the Vanilla Sky soundtrack, and I bought Jeff Buckley's Grace on CD. I still have them both. The reason I pulled this is it really truly is Vanilla Sky that's responsible for getting me into Jeff Buckley, and this is what I would ask Jeff to sign if I had that opportunity. Last Goodbye, to this day, can still bring a tear to my eye. Just beautifully written, beautifully performed, from the slide guitar in the beginning to the last note. It's impossible to not sing along to that song, at least for me anyways, and that's what I'd ask him to sign. Then, before the party was over, I would ask them all to sing their most favorite celebratory song, or ask Jim to sing and Jeff to play guitar and Keith to drum and LJ to dance with Robert for your 100 subscribes celebration, which again is just awesome. So Robert, that's my entry. I hope you enjoy it. Vinyl community, I hope everyone's doing well and hope you enjoyed it. Robert, thanks for your participation in the vinyl community and for the opportunity to enter your contest. Take care, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.